I'd now like to introduce you to the affinity laws which affect centrifugal pumps in relation to the flow, head and power that's generated when we vary the speed or the impeller diameter. There's a mathematical relationship between flow rate, head, power and speed in a centrifugal pump. These laws apply accurately only over a relatively small range of speed change, and they assume that the efficiency of the pump doesn't change, which is not 100% correct, but it's useful in terms of translation of performance. The affinity laws applied to flow are that the flow is directly proportional to the speed. The affinity law as it applies to head is that it is proportional to the square of the speed, and the power is directly proportional to the cube of the speed. And if we look at the formula, you can see here direct relationship, square relationship, cube relationship. And that allows us to predict what a pump will do if we've got a curve at 1450 RPM, what it will do if we slow that pump down or speed that pump up in terms of the performance that we can expect in flow, head and power. Here's an example. A pump running at 3000 RPM is capable of 12 litres a second at 60 metres head and requires 18.5 kilowatts of power. If we slow that pump down, we get a speed ratio of 2700 over 3000, which is 0.9. So that gives us a ratio for flow. If we want the ratio for head, we need to square that, which is 0.81. If you want the ratio for power, it is 0.9 cubed. And there you can see the factors, the correction factors that we're going to have to apply to the flow, head and power of the pump. So let's take our original power, our original flow, which was 12 litres a second. We're going to multiply by the ratio, which is 0.9, which gives us 10.8 litres a second. Our new head is the old head, 60 metres, times 0.81, which gives us 48.6 metres. And the power is 18.5 kilowatts times 0.73, which gives us 13.5 kilowatts. And it's this affinity relationship which gives us the benefits in terms of matching flow, head and power to new conditions of operation of the pump. So our new Q at the new speed is 12 litres a second times the ratio, 0.9, which gives us 10.8 litres per second. A similar law applies if we vary the diameter of the impeller inside the pump. And it's the similar affinity laws apply. So let's look at how that relates. Flow is directly proportional to the impeller diameter. So if we reduce the diameter, we reduce the flow in a direct proportion. The total head is proportional to the impeller diameter squared, and the power is proportional to the impeller diameter cubed. And it's that ratio that we can take on to see what the performance of the pump will be like if we reduce the impeller diameter. Just to give you a worked example, we go back to our pump at 3000 RPM. It's still capable of 12 litres a second and 60 metres and requires 18.5 kilowatts. Now, a new situation, we're going to have to work out the ratio of impeller diameters. So our ratio is 300, which is the trimmed impeller, compared to 350, which is the original impeller, which gives us a ratio of 0.86. That ratio squares gives us an answer of 0.74, and that ratio cubed gives us an answer of 0.636. We now revert those formulae back to our flow. So we've got 12 litres a second times 0.86, which gives us 10.32 litres per second. Our head, 60 metres times 0.74, which is 44.4. And our power is 18.5 kilowatts times 0.636, which gives us 11.77. But it's in exactly the same ratio as changing the speed. If the ratio for speed is 0.86, we would see exactly the same reduction in flow and heat.